Oh, good evening and welcome to the preview for the weekend racing for the Spring Attack. It's disappointing actually, gone through the Sydney and Melbourne cards, given that we're so close to carnival time and we're supposedly in the middle of the Caulfield Carnival. This is a pretty ordinary meeting at Caulfield. The club must be disappointed to get fields like this. I mean, the Toorak is the Toorak and the Guineas. I mean, the Toorak's a $400,000 Group 1. I mean, it doesn't even warrant Group 1 status anymore with that kind of prize money, but obviously the VRC, they don't see it that way and they keep maintaining the level. I mean, there's races all around Australia with 400,000 that don't get group status, and yet this one, it's a killer Group 1 really, because if you win this, you get murdered at the weights. But we'll get back to that later. First three races at Caulfield, 2-year-old and a couple of 3-year-old races. Wouldn't bet in any of those. Not remotely interested. Race 4, 1,000 metre race. Kurashio, it showed blistering speed to win last time. Just ran him into the ground. I can see it going to the front here, although Snitsum goes quick as well. I think if he takes a sit on Snitsum and just tracks the other one, they look the obvious too. The only other one that I think, and I think it could be over the odds, is Pago Rock. Now, it's not really a 1,000 metre horse, but with the speed here, they're going to run it hard. It could swamp them late. Unpretentious, goes well fresh, new trainer, hasn't had a run for almost a year. Always a little bit risky with that type of gap. But not a race with a great deal of depth and small fields. Not really a betting race, but looks like 5-9, and the value may be the 3 Pago Rock if you're interested in poking your nose in a race like that. Race 5. Shamble Win was impressive first up. Soft win. This is definitely no harder. I think it's under the odds at 2-1, 5-2. I can't bring myself to be backing it at those sort of prices. Assertive Eagle was a decent run first up and goes terrific second up. Nash Warilla goes onto it. That's a big plus. I give it a reasonable chance. Of the rest, Flash of Doubt. This one keeps finding trouble. One of these days it's going to get an uninterrupted run and it's going to be in the finish. 12-1. Yeah, probably rock bottom price for me in a field like this. I'd be waiting for it to get out a little bit further with a little bit of luck. Of the rest, probably Hazard has got some upside, goes good at this track. Not a race with a great deal of depth. There don't appear to be that many winning chances. I finished up 4 on top, but I think it's under the odds from 6 Assertive Eagle, 9 Hazard, and 11 Flash of Doubt. Race 6, no interest here at all. I mean, this is a qualifying race for the Caulfield Cup. They got half a dozen runners, and most of these not going in the Caulfield Cup anyway. So it's a poor race. Atlantic Jewel, if it's ever going to run 2,000 against open horses, quality horses, I suppose it'll run it here. I wouldn't be touching this race. Green Moon, I'm only interested in this from Cox Plate point of view now. Word is he's going to bypass the Caulfield Cup. I hope he does that. If he does that, we're a big chance in the Cox with it. But as I said, not a race that I'm remotely interested in getting involved in. Now we get down to the business end of the card. The Quadrella starts with race 7. Interesting race. Number 10, Richie's Vibe. This was a massive run last start. Got dragged back to last and he was zigzagging all over the place and just missed. It was a tragedy beaten. Wouldn't need to improve much to win this. Basically the same weight, half a kilo less. I think it's the one to beat. British General will be up on the speed, give it a chance. It is written it had all the favours last time, might not get as many favours this time. So, but it's a winning chance. Had Bello drawn a better marble, I think this has got a chance. Barrier 14 is a bit of a concern. This is a killer start at Caulfield drawn wide. You get caught off the track here and that's the end of you. You do need to draw reasonably well. this is probably why Richie's Vibe, as long as it jumps from the inside gate and can hold up in the first half a dozen, it's a chance. Number 12, Lord Wimble. Now, I give this some chance. It was a decent win last start. They bet 40 plus, jumped in and had something on it. I think that's over the odds. I don't think it should be 40 to 1 in this field, especially with the advantage of the draw. Of the rest, Floria's going all right in the track work. Give it a chance. I finished up number 10, Richie's Vibe on top, from 12, Lord Wimble at a price. 4, It Is Written, chances to 2, Bellow, 7, British General, and 6, Floria. We go to race 8, Group 2 race, 2,400 metres. Again, these are horses trying to get into the Caulfield Cup. I don't think it makes any difference with this race. Whatever wins this goes in the Caulfield Cup won't have any hope anyway. This is about as weak a load of goats as you've ever seen. Sea Moon came here with a massive rap. First couple of runs were awful. Won the race last start and then lost it on a protest. I mean, if the raps are 25% valid, it'll beat these. Most of these are bush horses. Let's Make a Deal, reasonable horse. Don't know whether it's up to this level, but it'll be there. Kessampur, I think this one's ready to improve. Its last run was good and now gets up to the suitable distance. I think it's got a chance. And Simonon, now this was running around in good quality races in Europe. It wouldn't need to be much good to figure in the finish here. I don't think there's a lot of depth in this race. I think the winner comes out of 1, Sea Moon, 4, Kessampur, 2, Simonon, lesser extent, Let's Make a Deal, and no Aces Boom. I don't think anything else has got any possible hope in the race. We come to the Toorak. Nice butcher job they've done on this race. They've had to raise the weights because all the toppies came out. I don't know about this race now. I mean, 54.5 limit. These horses at the top of the weights. It's an interesting one, the top weight. It won the Stradbroke carrying 4.5 over the limit. Here it is in this 3.5 over the limit. The Stradbroke's worth $1 million. This is worth 400,000. Defies logic. Salts and Nitson. Now, it won this race last year with 52.5 kilos. It's copped 5.5 kilos for that win. Hasn't won a race since. Well, might have won one race up in Brisbane, some shit pot race up there. So it's been massacred at the weights for one win in a $400,000 race. I mean, when you look at the logic of the handicapping, Green Moon won a Melbourne Cup, $3 million plus prize money for winning. It went up 3.5 kilos. This thing won a $400,000 race, got a couple of $100,000 and got 5.5. It's really badly weighted in this race. That doesn't mean it can't win. It can win because most of these things on the limit should have 40 kilos. Because of the crunching of the weights and the toppies are so close to the limit, I came back to Linton. I think, its first up run was terrific. Sat 3 wide up on the speed. Now that's not its go. It normally doesn't race that close. He needs to drop this out. Now from barrier 2, he can do whatever he wants. Mott's a good rider. I've got no fears there. And they bet $8, and I was happy to jump in and take the $8. I think that's a good price for this horse, even with the 58 kilos. Now, they can carry weight and win this race, and there's been quite a few that have carried 57 and 58, and that's been on a 50 or 51 or 52 limit. 54.5 limit. These horses down the bottom with 54.5 kilos, they've been crucified in this race because of the raising of the weights. They don't deserve 54.5 in a race like this. They deserve 51 or 52. So they're really badly handicapped against the toppies. Salts and Nitson, it's racing well enough. There's no reason it can't win. This is its go, 1600. It's got to be included in the chance. Lucky Grey, if the track is good, now it's a strange one, this one. I actually backed this one at a big price, thinking it was going to go to the Epsom at 52.5. I don't know the thinking of why they didn't go there. I think it would have had a terrific chance the way that race panned out last week, up there with 52.5 kilos. But here it is with 57. But it can win. It's got a chance. There's not many winning chances in this race. Speediness, magnificent run in the Rupert Clark. Should have won the race. Found a bit of trouble and then come flying home. Barrier 16, no help, but it'll get back. It'll be storming home. And a couple down the bottom, Bash Straight. The class is a little bit of a concern, and now, of course, with the raising of the weights, 54.5 is a slight concern. Got to give it a little chance. The interesting one is number 12, Treviers. Now, I had a look at its European form, all on good tracks. Terrific form, this distance range. They bet $26. I was happy to step into it at that price based on what I saw on the international stuff. I think it's got a good chance in a race like this. A horse like this down on the limit, very interesting. The other one is Mutual Trust. Now, this is 50 plus. I got $81 this. It was a good run last start. Two runs back was a terrific run. Then last start was a little bit flat-footed. I think this has got a reasonable chance at a price. So there's a little bit of depth in the race, but I don't think there's a lot of winning chances. I think there's quite a few that could run a ticky. I probably ran a line through about half a dozen of them that probably haven't got any hope to run anywhere. From a spring attack point of view, this is a terrific pick four betting race where there's a bit of value. I mean, it's basically $4, $5 the field, so there's going to be a fairly open race. And most times there's always one or two of the gates run in the first four, so hopefully we find the right ones. Finished up one on top from number 12, Treviers, at a price 17, Bash Straight, 2, Salts and Nitson, 3, Lucky Grey, 6, Speediness. I think they're the main winning chances. We go to the Guineas. Not much of a race this. I don't think there's a huge amount of depth in the race. The Prelude's probably the best lead-up race for it. Long John, Barrier 1. Don't know about it from Barrier 1. It can be a bit tardy out, and if it misses the kick here and a couple across it and can find itself 3, 4 back the rails, could be in a bit of trouble. I've settled on El Rocker. Now, he rode this like a black last time. He took off and was left a sitting shot and got run down very late. I think if he sits on it, rides a little bit quieter from Barrier 2, should get a beautiful run. I think this is the one to beat. Eclair Big Bang, it's drawn nicely to get a good sit on them. I think it has to go in. Divine Calling, this is out about $17, $18, $20 now. That's a ridiculous price. Shouldn't be that price. I'll be having something on it. And I've backed number 2, Charlie's Boy. They bet $34. Although that was a crazy price. It'll be coming home. Barrier 3, give it a chance. And I included the top weight, Dissident. The Barrier doesn't do it any favours, but it's coming out of good quality race in Sydney. A run over the mile, chased home Streamer. So that form line's going to hold up reasonably well, with Streamer running a terrific race in the Epsom. So I think back against its own age, it's got to be included. And obviously Prince Arata. I don't think there's a huge number of chances. There's a lot here at big prices, and they should be at big prices. Finished up 10 on top, El Rocker, from 3, Divine Calling, 2, Charlie Boy, 1, Dissident, and then 4, Long John, and 7, Prince Arata. Thanks for tuning in, guys. The bets will go up online Saturday morning. As I say, it looks like probably a quaddie in Melbourne, and probably in the Toorak we'd probably play the big 4 if there's a jackpot. Don't like the Sydney meeting at all. I think it's a very poor card. Probably won't go there unless I find something tomorrow. I'm not really interested in betting on that one. Next week, midweek, I think we've got Caulfield 1,000 Guineas Day, and then obviously we go into the Caulfield Cup and we get into the nitty-gritty of it. Thanks for tuning in and good luck on the weekend.